I'm not sure why I'm the last person to hear about these things, but there was a officer-involved killing in Louisville, and the man's name isn't being released. I'm sure it's somewhere. This had happened just August 8th, okay? So it happened 22 days ago, and it seems pretty fucked up to me. Just initial, there's 3 officers that were there. Banks and Gadegaard were put on administrative leave. This Beau Gadegaard, he looks like a little Nazi. He looks like he's pissed off. Looks like he wants to shoot somebody. This officer, Taylor Banks, he seems like I probably would trust him a little bit more. He's smiling in his picture. And the officer, Brian Smith, he seems to be in between the two. He's got that flat top. You know, he kind of looks like he could be a Nazi, but not as big of a Nazi as Beau Gadegaard. Beau Gadegaard is a pissed-off motherfucker. He is one pissed-off motherfucker. He wants to get some street cred, you know. And so that Brian Smith, he seems like he could be a good guy, could be a bad guy. So I'm going to watch this, and you're going to hear some of the talking, and I'm going to, you know, describe what I see. So there's a video out there. You can check it out. They're driving up to the scene right now. Alright, he's put in parked, he's getting out, and he's going to come up to 2 women, and they're going to say there's a domestic violence dispute.
How you doing? What's going on? 2 nights and what? He kicked my door in. He's in the house with a saw.
He's got a saw. He's got a tree saw.
He kicked my door in. He's my boy. Oh, hold on.
They said he kicked this door in. He kicked this door in.
I just brought her home just a minute ago. She came over to my house to get her key around her neck.
And I told him.
She said no, he had been wherever he was all day. They got here dropping her off. Thought he went on back where he lived and where he was.
He don't live here?
No, he kicked in her door, was in the house, had his bike right here where you see it, so we knew he was in there. He walked up to the door, the door was cracked on inside. He told me, why are you in my house? He called the police. He got mad at that time, trying to grab the butcher knife and a saw.
So he comes up on a bicycle, and he kicks this lady's door in, and she's on the inside, okay?
I got in my house. He's got his bucket out here.
He got a saw and a knife in his hand.
Here it is.
Stay back.
There he is. He's dead. Alright, so what we see is we see the ground. We don't see the guy. We don't see his dead body until afterwards, and it's blurred out, so they've already doctored the video. But it's on the ground. He walks up to the apartment, right? The lady said that he had some knives. He kicked the door down. He was on a bicycle. And they are walking to the apartment door, and then eventually we don't see any of this. And so the impression that I get is eventually they're walking to the door, and they don't see anybody or anything. And then when they do see him, he's got this saw, a tree saw, in his hands. And they're, you know, this guy, our guy here, the vantage point that we're seeing, and there's 3 police officers. One of them didn't have his body camera on. Big shocker there, right? But he is walking towards it, and he's, you know, probably about 20 to 30 foot away from the guy. And he walks up towards him, and so my impression is he walks out, you see him in the doorway, then he's told to drop the saw. And as soon as they say drop the saw, pow, 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 pow. So was he running towards him? Was he lunging at him? Was there any other way to stop this guy? Shoot him in the leg? There was that German police officer where the guy shoots him in the leg. He was like, I mean, he was a violent psychopath or whatever, but shoot to kill, right, man? Just fucking came in, dude's executed. And then later on, the supposed victims are going to argue about whether or not the guy should have died. Did they have to kill him? Did you have to kill him right away? So I'll rewind this a little bit.
Stay back.
So it seems like they said about 2 seconds, right? Drop it, drop it, drop it. Boom, 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 boom. And then you hear, ah! Now the guy's lying on the ground. He's got his one hand like this, and you can't see it, but I'm sure he's a bloody dead mess, okay? So this is another fucked up thing. They killed the guy, and they're going to still yell at him. They're still going to yell at him. You just murdered a fucking guy. Why don't you call the ambulance, and why don't you try to stop the bleeding, right? He's not going to do any more fucking damage. And the handsaw that he had in his hand is now on the ground, and he's got 5 or 6 bullet holes in him. He probably ain't going to live through that. You probably killed him right then and there. If he got shot in the heart or the lungs or the head, the motherfucker's dead. But they're still going to say, order him. Hey, don't move. Don't move. Don't move. He ain't going to move for the rest of his life.
Don't move. Don't move.
Don't move.
Stay back, lady. Stay back, lady. Stay back first.
He's just lying on the ground, and this one lady seems to feel like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened? Y'all arrived on the scene, now he's dead. He's dead, yeah. And it was the woman that said that he kicked down my door, and he had the knives. So she was really wanting for them to help her out, but now that they killed him, she's kind of like, what the fuck did y'all just do? And so our guy is now walking away from the scene, and he's talking to these 2 ladies, trying to get to console them and to, hey, it's okay now. The threat is gone. The man's dead. He's dead. And I don't know what the hell the ordeal was. If it's a domestic dispute, maybe they were lovers. Maybe they were trying to break it off. What the fuck happened? Why was he going, ape shit? This would be around Cane Run Road near Crumbs Lane. And it was an apartment on Broadleaf Drive about 1:30 a.m. And it was on August 8th, okay? And then that's it. That's the incident right there. So let's hear it one more time. This just by what y'all can see with sound, but I mean essentially that's all we got is sound because we see the ground and then we just hear it. So just turn your ears on.
Stay back. Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Don't move!
So this guy is kind of a dumbass. He's just following along. He did pull his gun out. I don't know if he actually shot or not, but he just kind of goes along with them, right? They said drop it, then they said drop it. It looked like they said it about 5 times, but in quick succession, drop it, drop it, drop it, just as quick as the shooting. Drop it, drop it, drop it, pow, 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 pow. And then, and now he's dead. Now he's dead. And then while he's on the ground, hey, don't move! Don't move! And so it looks psychotic. They went up, shot the dude. Now this guy's just, casually walking away. The threat is subdued. Now he's a human being. Even in the Civil War, he said, okay, we're not killing the Confederates anymore. They're our brothers. So even after a war, the president was saying, they're still human beings. Not so with the case here. So, how threatened were they? I don't know. Again, like I said, I feel like this guy might be Tyler Banks, who seems like a nice, cheerful guy. Brian Smith, he looks like a Nazi with a flat top, and Beau Gadegaard, looks like a skinhead, pissed off young white male skinhead. So he looks like he couldn't wait to, get him some, get a kill underneath his belt. And so that's Conrad said that even though clearly the man is dead, there still needs to be investigation. Conrad is the same police chief that was there with the Viper Squad who had victimized me. And again, when these assholes victimize you, who is there to get you a lawyer, to talk about your rights, to help you get a job once you've got this on your fucking record? And there's been 66 homicides, but when you got the cops lead by example, they go around abusing people, being violent assholes. They shoot as soon as they come up onto the scene. So, you know, when it comes to what people are doing on the streets, you're going to get the cops to come, well, someone's probably going to die. And since that's how they behave, they serve as the example. So you're going to have other men in Louisville behave very similarly. We're tough, we're strong, and if you don't do as we say, then you will die, okay? So put the thing down. So, you know, I don't know if he was drunk or not. I do know that he could have been shot in the leg, that he didn't have to die. And so this is totally fucked up. This is a totally fucked up situation. Later on, one of the officers didn't have his, you know, fucking camera on. I wonder if it was that Gadegaard guy. Beau Gadegaard. Beau Gadegaard, you got your kill in, man. You got him. You got him. Good fucking guy there. And I'm not defending the guy, right? He clearly was doing some shit, terrorizing this woman, and but to come straight up to murder, and like I said, he's a sycophant. So when they were saying, you know, stop, and he, I guess, kept on coming towards him, there's still a good distance between them. He was about maybe 20 feet away. The other two cops seemed like they might have been 15 feet away. Even still, a shot in the leg, guy stumbles over, drops the thing. If he's drunk, a skinny drunk guy is like that Sudanese, the guy from Sudan. I mean, he did pick up a pole, and it was like a flagpole, but it was a plastic thing. When he hit through it, and it broke. So it was a little weak little throw. You could have grabbed him and threw him down on the ground. And the guy didn't want to shoot, but that's their training, is to shoot center mass, shoot to kill. Not de-escalate the situation, right? You're a cosmetologist, then you have to go through a year's worth of school to make sure you know how to hold a curling iron. But if you're a police officer, 6 months at the police academy, and they lose their fucking souls or humanity, or maybe they never had their humanity to begin with. Complete psychopaths. So my immediate reaction is that it clearly could have been handled much better. Yeah, it all just happened so fast. Yeah, it happened fast for you, but aren't you ready for some shit to pop off at any moment? Or do you just like yelling at people and then, you know, telling them what to do, and then you have a real guy and you can tell that he's not going to listen to your orders, so you just kill him? Makes me think about that John guy in Pike County who threw a rock at the cops. That's why he had to die with my situation. I didn't even know they were police. They're not dressed like police. It was a plain white car, so I was getting jumped by some white trash. And they told me to get the fuck out of the road, and I said, fuck you back to them, and they went ahead and, you know, beat the crap out of me. Not because I was a criminal, not because I was doing anything wrong. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. All I was doing was walking. I was walking, and that pissed them off. I need to jump out of their way. I'm supposed to assume that any car that has men in it is the police, right? Any car, any of them, because he had a hat and a flannel. And I sincerely believe that they beat me up because I said, fuck you back to them. How dare you? We're the fucking cops. We're bigger and badder than any one of you all. We're more better. We're superior. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your life. And they beat me up when eventually, you know, it seemed like it could have been that there were cops. I put my hands up, and then that's when they tackled me, and then that's when they beat me up. The cop later on, Joel Cassie, Aaron Browning was there. Both of them have prior, you know, use of force records, and one of them was even sued. Aaron Browning was sued prior to the thing. But both of them, Joel Cassie would tell me later on, because I was just cussing up a storm. Eventually we started being a little chummy, but I had to sit there while I'm bleeding all over the place. My face is all fucked up. And no, I got no love anywhere. I didn't get love with the EMS. I didn't get love with the doctors. I got love with the jailers, right? But that was unwanted love. So it just, if you're walking, I see you walking, I tell you get the fuck out of the way, and you don't, then I get to beat your ass and then rape you. I get to beat you up, and then I get to rape you. And then when you're left on a mess with a criminal record, and you say you're an innocent person, and the judge and the prosecutor and even the public pretender want to say that you're not, you know, it's like you can't empathize with people. Essentially, I think a lot of privileged fucking assholes are willing to allow some people to die, to slip off into another fucking world, to not be a part of society anymore in the name of order. Well, as long as I get to, you know, peacefully go here and go there, yeah, until they come for you. And then it'll be another story. So I'm not happy with this. He was definitely a sycophant. When he follows them up. When they say stop, 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 he's saying stop, stop, stop. They shoot. I think he shoots too. And then when they say don't move, he says don't move also. So he's just repeating all the orders that the other cops are saying. This is our guy, okay? So there's another body camera, and then there's also not another body camera because the officer that was there, who probably pulled a trigger too, he didn't want anybody see him murder a man. So he definitely didn't want anybody to see that happening. Some fucked up shit in Louisville. I would like to find the guy's name. I'll put the guy's name in the title. So, yeah, another man down. August 8th, 2016. I hope you don't have any family or friends, because now they got to pick up the pieces. Who's going to be there for them? And now they got to really think twice. If they're being terrorized and there's a domestic dispute, yeah, you don't want your loved one to terrorize you, but do you want them to die? Do you want them to be murdered? Do you want them to be killed? And so that's your choice. And I think, you know, it was wrong what he was doing. They didn't have to murder him. They didn't have to kill him. And if violence equals death, then what was done to me was violence. I was just walking. I was a perfect victim. I didn't do anything. I wasn't running, had nothing in my hands. I walked 1 block away from my home to go to the store. I was going to go to the store and just come right back, and that was it. So if violence warrants death, then the people that put violence upon me, stand your ground, eye for an eye, they probably deserve the same fate too. And when you say, nuh-uh, now I know you're a fucking hypocrite. So, August 8, 2016, R.I.P., whoever this black man was. That's another thing. He's a black man. And looks like 3 white cops.